Let's bring our guy, Joe Thomas. Joe Thomas, University of Wisconsin, Cleveland Brown, future NFL Hall of Famer. Hey, Joe. Joe, are you there, buddy?
I think he's waiting for you to say former Brookfield Central Lancer.
Yeah, I was waiting for more of a proper introduction there. No, for some reason, all of a sudden the sound went super quiet, but I think we fixed it.
Hey, Joe, congratulations. Obviously a huge accomplishment. I just want to start with that right off the bat. I know Greg's got a lot of great stuff, but in about 10 days you'll be enshrined in the NFL Hall of Fame. What does that mean to a guy who grew up in Brookfield?
Well, first of all, it doesn't even seem real when you say that, but it gives me just such great pride to be able to represent all the people that were part of my life growing up, part of my athletic career in Brookfield, all the way going to the Wisconsin Badgers and then out to the Cleveland Browns. And I know there's going to be a lot of people traveling out to Canton, cheer me on to be able to celebrate the day with me. And like I said, I'm just so excited, so proud, just to be able to represent those people the right way, hopefully.
9 days, 2 hours, 44 minutes, and 45 seconds, Joe. That's that's the running time until induction day for those keeping score at home. Hey, who is going to introduce you and give your speech? Who's going to be on stage with you?
So my presenters are actually going to be my kids and my wife. And a couple years ago, after one of the agents went for 40 minutes droning on about himself, they said, all right, no more live speeches. We're going to do a recorded speech, which was awesome because now it gives me the opportunity to have little clips from all my kids and my wife, have them up on stage with me. They're going to cut it together, play the video, which is just a couple minutes long so nobody falls asleep. And then I'm going to get an opportunity to be on stage with them and reveal my bust.
What I think is one of the most amazing things about you, Joe, and I've watched you in high school, right? I watched you punt for Brookfield Central. I was like, who is that guy? He's doing everything on the team, right? And you move on to Wisconsin, you try and do a little offense-defense thing, you get injured, that doesn't derail you, and you played like 10 consecutive years without missing a snap. You didn't miss a practice. Just the longevity and durability is so incredible at that position. Does it amaze yourself what you were able to do at that level for so many years?
Well, I think one of the cool things about being elected to the Hall of Fame is you get to do a lot of interviews like this where you're kind of reflecting on your career, you're reflecting on all the people that were pivotal in your journey to the Hall of Fame. And one of the things they ask me a lot of times is, hey, what are you the most proud of? And I think the thing I'm the most proud of is that consecutive snap streak, the 10,363, which is in the NFL record, because when I think about that, I think about what it means to be the ultimate teammate. And for me as an offensive lineman, a guy who doesn't score touchdowns, doesn't catch passes or get the ball to be able to run down the field and make first downs, all I can do is be a servant to my teammates, to the guys that can score those points. And when I think about that number and I kind of reflect on what that means that I showed up for those guys 10,363 plays in a row through rain, through sleet, through snow, through 90-degree heat and humidity, through injury, because of my love for them and my love for my team and trying to be that ultimate teammate.
Well, you absolutely were, and we know you have a lot of things going on here in the state of Wisconsin. We heard you on Wilde and Tausch this morning, and you'll be in Menominee Falls. In fact, you're probably approaching Menominee Falls, where you've got a whole new adventure. Take us through Sports Advantage and what you're trying to do for athletes here in southeastern Wisconsin.
Yeah, one of the things that I was lucky enough to do is kind of watch some of my friends retire before me, and some of those guys did really well and had no problem transitioning into retirement, and some of them struggled a little bit. And I think the guys that did the best made themselves servants, right? Their families, their wives, their children, their communities, and they made it about somebody else, right? Just like the same way I did when I was playing the game. I wanted to make sure that I could make an impact in my family and in the communities that were such a big part of me and my NFL success. And so for me, one of the things that I've always had a passion for is training, is working out, is training kids, coaching kids. And so it was really cool and easy for me when Brian Bott, who was one of my strength coaches at Wisconsin, offered me an opportunity to partner with him on these Sports Advantage Youth Performance Centers and open up a gym right there in my backyard, Menominee Falls, right down the road from where I grew up in Brookfield, to be able to bring the most elite, cutting-edge performance training to youth athletes, something that I didn't really have when I was a kid, but something that we can provide to Waukesha County, to Brookfield, to Menominee Falls, to all of the suburbs, and to Milwaukee, to give kids exactly what they need, not specifically to any sport, but just make them a better athlete, make them safer, make them healthier, do the injury prehab that you need to be able to stay healthy and to be able to succeed and to be able to reach any athletic goals that they want.
Joe, you have an ownership stake in Mission Barbecue. They, of course, have great barbecue, but also their mission is just incredible, giving back to the men and women who wear the uniform and fought for our nation. Why is giving back such an important part of who you are?
I think, one, it's an awesome platform that we're given as pro athletes to be able to make a difference, right? Like, you're a regular person who didn't play in the NFL or wasn't somebody who's a public figure, you know, they got to work really hard to be able to give back in a meaningful way. And I think we're really fortunate as pro athletes that we can make a difference just by signing an autograph for a kid or taking a picture with a fan. And that's the same thing that I wanted to be part of when I got involved with Mission Barbecue, you know, more than a decade ago. The guy that founded it is from Wauwatosa. His name is Bill Krause. Him and I got together when I was coming out of Wisconsin, and he was the marketing director for Under Armour. He signed me, and then he had a lot of success at Under Armour and just decided to chase his passion, which he had a few kids that were in the military, so he wanted to do something that could give back. He loved barbecue. He traveled the country finding the best barbecue possible, but he always wanted to make sure that the core of the restaurant that he started was giving back to first responders, to military members, police, firefighters, and to build a community for those people to be able to have a space that they feel good about, that they are able to put some of their memorabilia on the walls, and they can come in and have great barbecue, and people in the community can celebrate all the great deeds that first responders do in those communities. And so it was a no-brainer when Bill asked me to be a partner in Mission Barbecue, and especially when he shoved the brisket in front of my face and some of their baby back ribs. I was like, okay, I'm sold. As long as I get some free barbecue from Mission every now and then, I don't really care what my return looks like.
It seems like a great catering opportunity for Sports Advantage tonight for the grand opening.
Oh, there's always great catering opportunities with Mission Barbecue, because you know what the great thing about barbecue? It gets better the longer it sits in its juices. So sometimes the leftover stuff is actually the best.
Well, it opens tonight, the grand opening of Sports Advantage in Menominee Falls. Joe will be there. He is off to Canton in a little more than a week. The countdown continues 9 days plus. Joe, it's amazing, man. You are such a great representation of everything that's great about the state of Wisconsin. Congrats on everything, man. We hope to catch up soon.
The pleasure's mine, guys. Thanks for having me on. We'll see you guys tonight at Menominee Falls.
You got it. It's 522 at WTMJ. I love my dogs. They're great dogs, and now they're even better dogs because not only are they cuddly and they're fun and they're playful, but they listen better. They